I had a phone call recently from an organization, and the phrase they used was they needed help in understanding variation. And when I really thought about that, what does that mean? On the surface, I understood what they were talking about, but how do people think about that? How do they approach it? And I first thought about it from a tools point of view. Statistical process control, or SPC, is one tool that people use to understand variation primarily on a manufacturing production floor. Another tool, Monte Carlo analysis, I've abbreviated as MC, is a way to mathematically understand variability and how inputs affect output variation. And I've done other videos on both of those topics. And then another one, I think Designer Experiments is a great tool also for understanding variation in a kind of prescribed experimental point of view. But away from the tools, what is understanding variability? I think a big part of it is it's how you think. It's a way of thinking. Thinking about what things could vary, how they might vary, how things might be intended to use, but also unintended uses of those same products or processes. And so it's really trying to open your mind to thinking about possibilities. Maybe it's a little bit being pessimistic, but looking for opportunities of failure, of things to not work as you'd like them to work. George Box is often told, all models are wrong, but some are useful. So there's going to be noise, there's going to be variability in your system, or even in your mathematical models. But how do you think about that, how you use that and apply an inaccurate or wrong tool, but as long as it's useful, it's correct enough to be useful in guiding your decision making. But then the kind of last part of it, maybe a different way to think about it, is understanding variation, that it's natural. It occurs. Things aren't 100% exactly consistent. They are going to vary in time. So to see that things moved or changed a little bit isn't necessarily always a bad thing. It may be undesired, but it might be moving in a natural way and not an extreme way. And we only want to be taking actions, say, in a process on things that move in an extreme way, not just things that ripple with random noise. It may be undesirable, and then we need to understand it through DOE or some of these other tools, but to understand that it's natural. I see a lot of customers complain about product performance, that even though the performance is still acceptable, it changed from where it had been. And that difference, they don't feel that as natural, and they get upset by that. But a lot of variation is natural. You need to understand what that natural variation might be or is, and be, I shouldn't say more tolerant of it, maybe that's the wrong way to look at it, but understand that it's not everything that changes is a red flag or an opportunity for improvement. I try and temper how I respond to things until there's some proven fact that it really is unnatural variation that we can do something about. If it is natural variation, you need to think of it differently to make it go away. That's how I think about the concept of understanding variation. If you have additional thoughts, let us know. If you'd like to understand your variation, move your manufacturing process or your new product to new levels, let us know here at Perry Solutions. We'd love to help you out using the tools, thinking about it, and understanding the natural performance of your product so we're making changes that are appropriate for you.